me take this time to welcome you to Sunrise here on Tobago Updates Television. I am your host, Lavian Cupid, and indeed it is a pleasure to be seated here before you. We are coming to you live from the Port Mall, downtown Scarborough, Tobago. It is sort of a wet morning, a little bit cold on the outside, but nevertheless, here we are this morning, set and ready to go. Today is Thursday, the 22nd of January, 2026. You know, January is that month we say has about 189 days thereabout. You never know when it is going to end, but we are nearing the end. We are almost there. I'm pretty sure you are excited and happy to hear that. As per usual, we have a wonderful lineup for you as we discuss all things current affairs right here on Sunrise. Yes, Sunrise is that hard-hitting current affairs morning show where we tackle everything current affairs within Trinidad and Tobago, specifically Tobago. Starting you off strong as per usual with the morning brief, where we keep you updated on all things current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago as a wider entity, regionally and internationally. So this morning, a Signal Hill resident has officially been charged with a murder following the death of 25-year-old Jamil Fraser on Friday, January 9th, 2026. Shawnell Thomas appeared before the Scarborough Magistrates Court on Monday to face the charge. Following the proceedings, the accused was remanded into custody. The matter has been adjourned until September 15th, 2026. For a sufficiency hearing. Scarborough Police are continuing investigations. Some good news there. You always hope for quick resolve. And of course, we hope that prosecution would be ready when that time comes, because we would have seen Tobagonians recently disappointed with the news of the couple from the Buku area that was murdered a couple of years ago, and we saw the accused being freed. Of course, we don't know the specifics, but you always hope for closure. Moving along swiftly, later today at 1:30 p.m., the newly elected Assembly members will meet at Assembly Legislature for the first session of the 13th sitting of the Tobago House of Assembly. During Tobago Updates, a Good Morning Tobago yesterday, Chief Secretary Fali Augustine confirmed that the first order of business will be to amend several standing orders which will allow for members of the public to be a part of the process under the Assembly Legislature. He said one such amendment will allow for public questions to members of the executive that meets the required threshold in the House. This move stands with the Chief's promise of accountability following his party's resounding victory at the January 12 polls. Of course, Tobago Updates Television, we will be bringing you live coverage of that sitting. Taking a look nationally, NGC has notified manufacturers of a 60 to 70% increase in natural gas prices by the end of January as it renegotiates expired contracts, applying the hike across the sector, including its own subsidiary. While Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says the move is necessary to reform NGC and ensure a fair returns on national resources, manufacturers warn it poses an existential threat, risking job losses, higher prices, reduced competitiveness, and undermining the government's export growth targets. Paying attention to economics there. Taking a look regionally, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, former Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has urged the newly elected NDP government to reject any request to accept U.S. deportees or refugees, warning it could threaten national security and social stability. Speaking on Monday, Gonsalves cautioned that even small numbers of deportees could over time fuel crime, given limited information on their backgrounds and the inability under local and international law to detain or remove once accepted. He accused the U.S. of shifting its immigration burden onto small Caribbean states and called for creative resistance instead of opening what he described as doors of insecurity. Deputy Prime Minister Sinclair Leacock said the issue is expected to be addressed at a regional level as several CARICOM countries have already entered similar arrangements with the U.S. I see even Grenada's Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell saying that they are considering, even after, and this comes after outrightly refusing, but now they are considering accepting these third-party refugees in order to boost their shortage of workers within the country. So we pay attention to that regionally. And finally, closing off internationally, Mexico has transferred 37 alleged cartel members to the United States, bringing the total extradited in less than a year to 92, as pressure mounts from the Trump administration to curb cross-border crime. Security Minister Omar Garcia Javok said the suspects were high-impact criminals linked to major cartels, all facing pending U.S. charges. Analysts say the move is aimed at easing diplomatic tensions, even as President Claudia Sheinbaum maintains cooperation while rejecting the need for direct U.S. intervention. So more and more we see countries looking to bend at the will of the great United States of America. We pay attention to see how the next President Trump has 3 more years is going to unfold with geopolitics that's globally, because we also see that the EU has their tensions with President Trump after he says he wants Greenland and he's not backing down. At least I think it was yesterday he said he's not going to put any boots on the ground. He's not going to go in with military action to take Greenland, but he is continuing his bid to acquire Greenland. So that's it for the morning brief here on Sunrise, as we keep you updated with all things current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago as a wider entity, regionally and internationally. As promised, we have an interesting conversation this morning for you. This morning, our first interview, our first topic we will be diving into is Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar saying that her government may look at legislation of banning social media for children 12 and under within Trinidad and Tobago. We saw the last country would have been Australia that put a ban on children 16 years and under, but that came after several youths in Australia would have died by suicide, actually, based on online bullying and other fallouts from the use of social media. So this morning, having a conversation with me on that topic is interim officer, Tobago officer of a tutor, that is Braden Roberts, and also newly elected Tobago officer Dion Rodriguez, as we have a bit of that conversation this morning. So gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Sunrise.
Good morning, and good morning for having us.
Thank you so much for joining me. I'm not seeing Mr. Rodriguez quite on as yet, but I know that Technical is working on that with him. So in the meantime, I have the interim Tobago officer, and that is Braden Roberts. Mr. Roberts, we heard, well, first of all, I want to, even before he comes on, I want to extend congratulations to the newly elected Mr. Dion Rodriguez as the newly elected Tobago rep, but you are still on until further notice, that is?
Well, we have an installation, so I would hold the capacity until Mr. Rodriguez is installed.
Right, okay, great.
Which should be next week.
Which should be next week, okay, by the end of the month. All right, so moving into the conversation, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar making that proposal that her government seeks to ban the use of social media for children under 12. My first question to you, sir, do we have any statistics? Because I know we're not very much a data-driven society, but do we have any statistics on the implications, the negative implications, that is, of social media on the children within Trinidad and Tobago? I know that there will be stats internationally and globally, but do we have anything within Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, I would differ slightly in that we may not be data-driven, but we collect data all the time. What we do with data is another story. You always hear about surveys and data collection tools, and somebody not seeing the analysis of it. The move is an interesting one, I would say. know that a number of our young persons are being misled via social media. Um, just banning the social media may not be the be all and all, but it might be a step, maybe in the right direction. We would have to judge that. However, I believe some of our content creators are being a little irresponsible, and we could also look at that. Just banning social media, which would mainly be Facebook, probably. I don't know what other avenue that they will be able to ban. I know that WhatsApp messages and so on, persons will still want to utilize for ease of communication. So I'm not certain as to what aspects of social media, but we also need to look at our content creators. We have some very irresponsible content creators. We would have seen the trend in many of our schools with children doing this. I think it's kilibeng, they call it, putting their hand in other children's mouth and so on. And even to the response of that content creator was that while he would not want persons to do it, he would not stop. He doesn't see himself responsible for children doing that because they have their parents. So some of our content creators can get they start off well sometimes, but they can get irresponsible in some of the things that they put forward. So it is something that really needs to be looked at, but I'm not certain just banning for 12 and under. I don't know why it's stopping at 12, but it may be a step to be considered.
Okay, I know in recent times, if I'm to look at, I think 2 to 3 years, we would have had the unfortunate incidents of teenagers within Trinidad and Tobago that would have taken the route of self-inflicted death. And we don't know, of course, we don't know the details behind it. That's something that we respect. But do you think that, because I know that even I think it was last year in Tobago, we would have had one incident, such a bright young man. And the thing is, my question is, do you think that social media plays or might have played a part, pressures of social media, or on what extent do you see social media playing a role in critical areas like this within Trinidad and Tobago specifically?
Well, it has been playing a significant role basically because most of our parents use the social media to keep our children occupied. Many of our parents different jobs. Parents who did not do well at school are of the opinion because they did not do well, they are unable to help their child. So they leave their children to device. But there are parents who did not do so well in school who are very good at keeping their children in tune with their schoolwork and so on. So it's more parenting really and truly, and social media for a mind that is not fully mature would not be able to handle the effects of it. The children would not be able to handle the effects of the social media where persons don't like your post. Those things affect persons emotionally. They post things for likes and they don't get the likes that they want. Persons post things about them and they are not able to handle those things. So the bullying that students would have had in a school, they are now accessing it on a daily basis, even on a Saturday and a Sunday. They're looking at status. They are looking at all these other things which could have emotional effects on those students. But it really comes down to parenting. So banning the students doesn't stop the parent from giving them access to their account, because the main reason of the social media is to keep the children occupied. Some parents and some students are responsible to responsibly use it, but it's more so along the lines of parenting. So that's why I'm saying it may be a step to consider, but we need to examine other things. We parents need to have those kind of conversations in grooming their young ones. I think they just too many leave it to the devices and leave it to peers at school to be the ones giving that advice, which is not so much healthy.
But the Prime Minister suggested 12 and under, but we would have seen European countries that had the implementation, that's Brits and Australia. They focused mainly on teenagers, where they're going through puberty and they're much more social at that age. Do you think that the cap at 12 makes any sense, or is it that we should really look at a cap much older, 16 and under, 15 at least, where they are in the middle of it, where they could actually, where you more see sexual grooming and all these things, and you more see online bullying. I don't think we see online bullying from 11-year-olds and 10-year-olds. It's mostly from the teenagers. So are you seeing that 12-year-old cap making any sense?
Well, it would not make sense to us initially. I believe the Prime Minister is trying to have a measured approach to minimize pushback, because Australia had significant pushback when they sought to implement it. However, there are some young ones who are very active earlier. I had a troubling experience. I was traveling to Trinidad for a meeting, and some primary school football teams were going down to play finals in Trinidad. And the conversation got high very fast. One of the young players reached out to the other one. They was laughing the other one as to what they were using their phone to watch and so on. And then the conversation evolved into what sites they go on to watch their pornography. And I sit down there, and these young boys have no consideration for the adults on the plane, because they're talking loudly. And I am like, you see, this thing about just giving students devices, it's concerning. So yes, there are 12 and under persons who we need to protect. And the wider market would not be in that category. But I believe it's a measured approach the Prime Minister is using to minimize the pushback. But again, I believe the core aspect of all of this is the creators, those content creators, even access to the Zest music and so on. When these students are exposed very early, at 15, 16, you're not able to pull that back, So it should be a measured approach along with parents. But I hope our country don't just continue with copying and pasting what we see in other countries without measures in the background to sustain them, because we have had a history of that. We see things working in other countries, or see other countries implementing stuff, and we just copy and paste, not knowing what are the foundation things that they would have put in place. So I hope that it's not a political thing to just say we're doing stuff, but they do the research as to what background stuff they need to do as well.
Right. And I know, well, online with us, we have joining us Mr. Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez, good morning and welcome to Sunrise. And of course, congratulations as a newly elected Tobago tutor rep.
Pleasant good morning to you, and a pleasant good morning to the listening audience, to the teachers throughout Tobago, or the listening audience throughout the Caribbean and the region. A pleasant good morning, and it's a pleasure to be on the program this morning.
Of course, and we look forward, the media looks forward to collaborating with you over your next tenure. A question though, the duration of your tenure would be, how long is the
duration? I'm not hearing you too clearly. I'm having a little technical difficulties, but I'm assuming that you're asking about the duration of the tenure. The duration of the tenure for the Tobago officer is 3 years. So this tenure starts in 2026 and ends in the next 3 years at the start of 2029.
All right. So right before you came on, Mr. Roberts and I were talking about the Prime Minister's proposal to ban 12 and under on social media. So I want to ask you, as we continue the conversation, so do you think that parents are aware, piggybacking on what Mr. Roberts would have said about the 12 and unders, which took me aback, because for me as a parent, my 12 and under, they aren't allowed cell phones or anything social media, but that also includes YouTube. Do you think parents are aware that YouTube is also a part of social media, and what children are exposed to on YouTube?
I didn't hear the question. As I said, I'm having some technical difficulties, so I didn't hear the question, but I heard that you, part of the question you asked, whether or not parents are aware that YouTube is part of the social media, the various social media platforms. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, it's a matter of education, and we live in a society with varying education levels. But if they don't know, we need to make them aware in the public space that yes, YouTube is part of one of the social media platforms as well that has far-reaching effects, just as the other social media platforms. And as such, they need to be aware of same.
Right. And so, right as we wrap, I want to ask you, and I hope you're hearing me clearly, what the Tobago population and the teachers under, well, under your, I don't want to say your charge, but under your guidance could look forward to under your leadership, sir?
Well, under the leadership of Mr. Rodriguez, the next Tobago officer, as you know, in this space, Mr. Roberts have been sharing continuously that in this space there are several issues that face the Tobago teachers. We have the burning issue of the contract teachers, the leave classification, and issues that affect the third schedule. Those are matters that require urgent attention and some form of resolution, immediate resolution to them. As the next Tobago officer, it's my intention to make myself, one, accessible, two, accountable, but much more than that, action-oriented. So they should look forward for Mr. Rodriguez, an individual that is going to take those challenges, those concerns, and let's together, with the voices of the teachers, move towards some form of resolution on those issues that the Tobago teachers face.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for joining me here on Sunrise, gentlemen. Viewers, we were talking to the interim Tobago Officer of Tutor, that's Braden Roberts, and the newly elected Tobago Officer, Mr. Dion Rodriguez. We look forward to his 3-year tenure here on the island under his leadership. A lot for teachers to look forward to. One very important word there he said was accountability. So we are looking forward to that. So thank you again, gentlemen, as we discuss the Prime Minister's proposal to ban children 12 and under from social media. We continue the conversation this morning. Joining me online is the chairman of the Tobago division of the TNT Chamber of Commerce, that is Mr. Curtis Williams, as we talk about the possible fallouts and implications on the business community with the newly proposed, well, in the House, in the Senate, might be passed today. I would need 4 votes from the independent senators to pass of the zones of special operations, ZOSO bill. Mr. Williams, thank you so much for joining me. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, your listeners, your viewers, and on all the platforms that's there. And it's a pleasure being here.
Of course. So we would have seen a release from the Trinidad division of the chambers talking about consultation. Consultation was not done with the business community and the possible fallouts of these zones of special operations where you will have businesses, mostly macro and micro businesses. But we are not sure exactly the expansion of the zones. Will the zone be a street? Would it be an entire community? And I know sometimes in Tobago we think, these things wouldn't affect us. But one murder in Belgarden could turn Belgarden, just for an example, into a zone of special operations. And so my first question to you this morning, sir, what are the possible fallouts you see for the business community here on the island and even nationally if this zones of special operations is passed?
Well, when we look at the entire bill, my major concern is that Tobago tourism is our product, and tourism throughout the whole island. Deeming various areas or any area of Tobago as a critical or hotspot, according to the zoning, it will be a negative impact on that part of the society, or that village, as the case in our instance may be. So it's important that we be mindful of that. Again, as was mentioned from the chamber, from the head office, the consultation with the business sector was limited, so that we would be able to give our input into the entire bill. The biggest concern is that there are some SMEs in these special areas, as identified in Trinidad, and some of these SMEs could be affected, and hence the reason why we wanted a bit of consultation. In Tobago, we are very lucky. We are not at that level, and we're hoping that we don't get at that level. So we are asking, we are urging our population, our young men and women, to behave themselves and keep us just where we ought to be, safe.
Right. We see that the bill goes into the Senate today. I want to speak to the possibility of it passing, and if passed and actually implemented, because most of the times when we listen to the theoretical part of it, but the physical and actual implementation is usually what throws us off. When we speak to the curfews within these zones that would be implemented, and we speak to persons being searched at random without warrant, but I want to speak specifically to the curfews. What does the chamber think is possible with these curfews? Because curfews will also mean restrictions on the opening and the closing of the businesses. So is it the curfews? Do you see curfews as a part that should be or should not have been part of this bill that would have been an ease up on the business community?
Well, as we indicated early on, due to the fact that there wasn't much consultation with the business sector, we weren't able to put our input into the bill. But what I can say for sure is that we need to have some bit of transparency in the way they want to have these zones and what's going to transpire within these zones. I mean, you're giving police ultimate power, or law enforcement some ultimate power in these special zones. We need checks and balance, because I mean, as you know, the law enforcement could go in there and just keep mashing up houses and destroying people property with no checks and balance. So there must be some checks and balance. We're talking about the police, and we're looking at the cameras, the body cam that they would talk about, and then some sort of oversight team to just to ensure that the objective of the special zones is being real and realized, and not just something on paper, and then the law enforcement doing what they want in these communities. And at least they will not be doing any good for them. They will probably be damaging them. So it's important that these things be recognized. And I'm saying that throughout the process and the timing of these special zones, even the curfew, as you mentioned, I mean, all these need to be explained to the community, because the community have business, and they have business in these committees, and we, the business community, would like to know what's happening in terms of your opening times and how we're going to prosper, as the case may be. And so these things would have been explained, and then we would have made the adjustment accordingly. But I really want to see a bit of transparency within the whole zoning, because I really don't expect it to reach Tobago, but for some strange reason, if it do come here, I know it will have a real impact on us here in Tobago, because we always a safe place, and we want to keep it that way.
Right. And as you say, specifically to Tobago, have any business sectors within Tobago space reached out to the chamber with any concerns, or do you think that there's any unrest within the business community here in Tobago as paying attention specifically to today on whether or not the bill will be passed, or do you think that we're more in a relaxed area right now, a relaxed place right now?
Well, we're not supposed to take crime and criminality relax, and we're supposed to be on top of our game, and that's why we always ask law enforcement to always be proactive and not reactive. So continue with your patrols, heightens your everything that you're doing. Continue doing it. Don't wait for special zones and all of this. Continue doing what you ought to be doing. I know there are change of head in Tobago, and we've seen the two of the leaders who were there before. They're all gone on retirement, some going on leave, and then there's Mr. Kirk and Mr. Pierre is going to be across here. So we welcome the changes, but again, could have been, he's been from Tobago, and we know of him quite well. Mr. Pierre have been around, but we wanted him to understand what's happening in Tobago, and don't feel for a moment that Tobago is just a quiet place. Continue your operations and keep doing what you're doing, and don't wait until something happens.
Right. I want to shift the conversation a bit as we speak on the Tobago House of Assembly. We know that we're having the first sitting today, and Chief Secretary Fali Augustine speaking on the different strategies his administration is looking at for accountability. I want to ask you, I don't know if you are aware of the first strategy he said that would be put in place, where regular citizens would be able to pose questions to the House, pose questions to the executive. How effective do you think that this strategy would be to keep the sitting administration accountable to Tobagonians?
Well, first of all, I want to thank the leader of the TPP and his team for victory at the Tobago House of Assembly election. And I wish them best of luck in office. And there's 4 years. And as 4 years, we're looking forward to. We in the business sector, we are looking forward to that 4 years. The appointment of secretaries, I know it's up to him. We look forward to seeing all the various secretaries who will be leading these different divisions. Keeping in mind that there's no opposition, and civil society, the media, and other NGOs have to keep the THA intact. The standard now have been risen a bit, and it's important that the members understand that. That's the THA members understand that. Those on the executive level, and they understand that, and they keep the transparency and the accountability. And we welcome where there will be the open session where they're going to be amending the rules to include private society, different civil society, and other entities to be there to question it. The only part that I was concerned about is the filtering of the questions, because that could be a bit shaky in that we may have a burning question and you may decide that, hey, that question cannot be asked. So if we can ask the question, we hope that the media could ask the question, and that's the way out of it. But it also meant that we definitely have to be up and knowing what's going on. We the public will definitely be on our game, and we definitely will hold them accountable as we go along.
Right. And even as we speak to the recent amendment to the Tobago House of Assembly bill, where there's now more room for more secretaries, Chief Secretary Fali Augustine said yesterday while on our Good Morning Tobago program that he is looking to cap at 11. But when we speak more secretaries, we speak more infrastructure to house these different divisions. We speak to more vehicles, more drivers, more assistant staff, more technocratical staff, and so on. So overhead cost will go up. So my question to you is, do you think that it was wise within this time, even probably having the need to expand particular divisions? Because as the chief said, many divisions held multiple portfolios under one. But at this time, with the current energy crisis in Trinidad and Tobago and taking a look at our economy, do you think that it was wise for such an expansion at this point in time, taking cost into consideration?
Well, there are two folds to it. We speak about development, we speak about growth. The assembly have been that small, and the society, there are a lot of things that have to be delivered and going forward. And it's important that we, again, it's not a matter of expanding the THA, it's a matter of the deliverance. So if we are expanding and we are getting the delivery that we so expected, and we are getting the feedback, the output, and the public is seeing what's happening, then fine, that's great. But not just expanding for expanding's sake, not expanding to just give another person a job. And that's what we as civil society and other NGOs have to know. So we see the expansion, we see some of the ministries mention the legal one, and these things are critical, You really need someone there to charge in dealing with legal issues. Because the assembly have been facing a lot of legal issues. So you really need someone there with some division treating with legal and other issues. And then we talk about the planning. Planning is important because if you read the blueprint, you see there's a lot of innovation, there's a lot of actionable things that need to be done. And someone have to be spearheading this whole planning going forward for the next 4 years. And it can't be just left for any small entity to just treat with it. It must be a division that will really put these things into action. Because we're looking forward to all those development that is written in that blueprint. We are putting ourselves, we are posing ourselves to take full advantage of everything in that blueprint. So I'm giving the assembly a heads up. We, the Tobago division and the business committee, is putting ourselves in a position to take full advantage of all that you said that is going to be done for Tobago. We are putting our dots together. We are training our people, we are running workshops, and we are getting ready for the Tobago content of the development going forward in terms of contractors, in terms of service suppliers. We really want to be part of the game. And again, as I said, we have to tighten our relationship with the THA, in which we will definitely do. We will be giving suggestions. We're not just complaining or anything. We are giving suggestions, meaningful suggestions, backing the suggestions with proper write-ups. as an NGO, and those are the things that we will be doing as a chamber, and not just talking and talking. We are giving you suggestions, we are giving you examples, we are preparing documents and forward it to the various secretaries as the case may be, so that you can see what the NGO looks at from the blueprint and looks at you putting together in the Tobago space.
And finally, sir, as we wrap, my final question to you is the procurement policy for contracts under $1 million and under. What are your thoughts on that policy?
That's great, and again, I'm happy about that. It gives a bit of local content, and we saw that the chief sec will be sorting one of our prior president of the chamber. He was in the head of the OPR, and he will be there to give some guidance as to how we can get local content. And I'm looking forward to all these sessions, and because it's the interest of Tobago and the business community in Tobago. So we, the division, again, our ears will be on the ground. We will be there day in, day out, working together, building Tobago to be a better place for the business community.
So we can look forward to the chamber being one of those civil groups that would be keeping the Tobago House of Assembly accountable.
I can tell you most definitely, we locked on and we are there.
All right, Mr. Williams, thank you so much for joining us here on Sunrise. Always a pleasure having you. Wishing you and the chamber all the best for 2026.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. All right, viewers, so that's it for Sunrise here this morning. Earlier, we had a conversation with Tutor Tobago rep, Tutor Tobago officer, the interim officer, that is Braden Roberts, and the newly elected officer, that is Dion Rodriguez. We would be having him for the next 3 years. Of course, the media is looking forward to those conversations with him and wishing him all the best in his tenure. And then we wrapped up with Curtis Williams, the chairman of the Tobago division of the Chamber of Commerce. Well, that's it for Sunrise, but that is not it for the programming. As we head on to the morning show, head on over to the lovely Vanessa. Vanessa, good morning, my dear.
Good morning, Lavia. And it was interesting to tune into the conversation this morning with Mr. Brandon Roberts and Dion Rodriguez. Both of them are past teachers of mine, so it's really good to see them in this space and utilizing the knowledge they have had over the years, especially dealing with the students, and now putting that on the table to ensure the students of Tobago get what they deserve.
All right, Vanessa, thank you so much. I like that. Thank you so much for that. I know you have a packed show for them this morning, and I want to wish you a great day. And of course, I'll see you tomorrow as we wrap up the week, right?
Yes.
Have a wonderful one today. All right, viewers, so that's it for Sunrise here. We head on over to the morning show and then to Good Morning Tobago. Thank you so much for waking up early and joining me. And tomorrow, you know what? We're going to have another packed show for you. I want to wish you a fantastic day. See you tomorrow. Tobago, the sun is rising, and so are the conversations that matter, from the economy to education, from healthcare to community voices. No spin, no fluff, just facts, truth, and clarity. Join me, Lavian, as we cover the issues that shape our lives, the stories we can't ignore. We bring them to the table and ask the questions you want answered.
You come in. Long time I see you. This station complete. Ready for children party. Mommy! Jay, you can't go nowhere with these children. And you know you can't depend on Kevin neither Steven to see about them. Yeah, total waste. So I supposed to stay home whole time? Jada is 12. She could see about that. You just leave Jada to see about Kia and Kayla? I thought it was your mother or your sister. Who? Them always busy. Jada could handle that. She cooking and cleaning a long time. And the next two better know what time it is. It's only me, you know. I will talk to my mother. She just home these days. She will make sure the children okay. Alright. Let me see the moves for later.
Before you ramage, make sure the children okay. Call 996 to report all child abuse now. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
the Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Who said the elderly can't have fun too? We're talking good food, proper music, lots of games, and a day at the beach they will never forget. From the time we left the compound at Heavenly Care Home for the Elderly, the vibe was already established. Wheels up and seatbelts on. Watch now, when we touched down in Pigeon Point, everybody was ready for excitement. But before anything could take place, we had to secure bellies. You ever play bingo by the beachside? Well, that was the first activity on the roster, and boy, did these seniors have fun. However, others wanted something more physical, so we brought out the ring toss, and not even arthritis could have stopped them. Well, I was blown away at how straight these people were. Are you sure this is a home for the elderly? Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday, but nothing beats the song of Good Steel Pan by the shores while we take a dip in Tobago's finest water. Wait, more food again? This is my type of event. The energy was amazing and nothing short of a blessing. Pick up Heaven Care Home for the elderly, because joy doesn't retire, laughter doesn't age, and memories like these last forever.
To a stranger.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome to the Tobago Update Morning Show. Today is Thursday, the 22nd of January, 2026. I am your host, Akinlabi Holder. It's good to be here with you. We are almost at the end of the work week. Keep that energy going. Let us finish strong. I'm joined in the studio here by Miss Vanessa Ortiz. Good morning, Vanessa. the lovely Renessa Ortiz.
Good morning, Akilabi. Good morning to our viewers. It's always a pleasure being in studio here with you. This morning, Akilabi, I want to thank you so much for that. For those words of encouragement. We are almost to the end of the week. It's good to just keep that energy. It's very difficult coming down to the end. Everything, you just feel it on your shoulders, on your back. You just feel it in your body. So I just want to thank you for those words of encouragement this morning.
All right, viewers, we have a very interesting lineup for you all this morning. We're not going to go into anything very heavy today. But before we get into any discussions at all, we head on over to our news in 90 seconds.
And here's what's making news in 90 seconds for Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. A Signal Hill resident has officially been charged with murder following the death of 25-year-old Jamali Fraser on Friday, January 9th, 2026. Shawnell Thomas appeared before the Scarborough Magistrates Court on Monday to face the charge. Following the proceedings, the accused was remanded into custody. The matter has been adjourned until September 15, 2026 for a sufficiency hearing. Scarborough Police are continuing with investigations. Up next, later today at 1:30 p.m., the newly elected Assembly members will meet at Assembly Legislature for the first session of the 13th sitting of the Tobago House of Assembly. During Tobago Updates Good Morning Tobago yesterday, Chief Secretary Fali Augustine confirmed that the first order of business will be to amend several standing orders which will allow for members of the public to be a part of the process under the Assembly Legislature. He said one such amendment will allow for public questions to members of the executive that meets the required threshold in the House. This move stands with the chief's promise of accountability following his party's resounding victory at the January 12th polls. And finally, NGC has notified manufacturers of a 60 to 70% increase in natural gas prices by the end of January as it renegotiates expired contracts, applying the hike across the sector, including its own subsidiary. While Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says the move is necessary to reform NGC and ensure fair returns on national resources, manufacturers warn it poses an existential threat, risking job losses, higher prices, reduced competitiveness, and undermining the government's export growth targets. These and other stories in our major newscast at 6:30 p.m. Be viewing Tobago Updates Television, and that was your news in 90 seconds.
Thank you very much, Vanessa, for that news in 90 seconds. And we see the TTPS doing very well, charging someone for Tobago's first murder for the year. So it's starting off the year with a strong sense of enforcing the laws of Trinidad and Tobago, and we're very happy for that. It would have eased some tensions and some sense of uneasiness within the public and those members of the community there in Signal Hill who were rocked by that incident earlier this month.
Indeed, indeed, and not only that, we are seeing a 60 to 70% increase in natural gas.
Oh, that one is a heavy one. I mean, the measures keep coming. You know, the rising ticketing prices, traffic fines, the reduction, the rise in a number of other things, and then you have this next issue to deal with. If sometimes it could feel like one after the other, after the other, after the other, but these are the times we're in, and hopefully the populace could adjust to these drastic changes and make something out of the life that the new life that we have to live in this country.
And the reality is a lot of them were hoping that this would not have been the case, because when we look at the Prime Minister's campaign and also before, while she was in opposition actually, there were things she was speaking about taxes and ensuring that they remain reduced, but then now that you're in power and these things are happening now, it feels as though there was a miscommunication or a missing in some of the things that you were saying. So there's that as well, and then also the implications on the consumers now. What would happen?
Well, you know, one of the things they say is that when you are in opposition, it's easy to say certain things, but when you actually get into power and you see the reality of the situation, then maybe you could empathize with those who were in government before and understand why they were doing certain things. And sometimes, as in colloquial terms, sometimes your tongue have to change, you know. But hopefully, all things work out for good for Trinidad and Tobago. All right, viewers, it's that time to celebrate with those who are celebrating with us. It's time for birthday shout-outs. Yes, and at Tobago Updates, we like to celebrate with those who are celebrating whatever you're celebrating. And we start the celebrations off by saying happy birthday to Miss Sherman Mackenzie. Happy birthday to you, Miss Mackenzie. God's richest blessings. Today is your special day. I hope that you go out and you celebrate it well. Celebrate it with friends and family. And we pray God's protection over you for the next year.
Up next, we have Nikisha Edwards. Happy birthday to you. We're wishing you a bright and fun-filled day. We hope that you spend it with persons who cherish you and that this new year would bring you all your heart's desires.
Then we say happy birthday to Miss Aison Kojo. Yes, sir. Good morning, Miss Aison Kojo. Happy birthday to you. Today's your special day. I know that your family is going to treat you very, very, very good today. They're going to take some time off to give you some tender love and care and make you feel special. And we pray that God's richest blessings be upon you in this upcoming year. And everything that you set your hands and your heart to, you will achieve. Happy birthday to you.
Trisha Dennis, happy birthday to you. You look so radiant in this royal blue. You know, royal blue is one of my favorite colors, and you look very radiant in it this morning. I want to wish you a happy birthday from the Tobago Updates family. We're wishing you a year full of prosperity, of joy, of peace, and that you have all your heart's desires today.
And we say happy birthday to Miss Christina Gobin. Happy belated birthday, that is, to Miss Christina Gobin from your children and grandchildren, and Oswald and Rhea George. Happy birthday to you. We pray that, we know, as a matter of fact, that you did have an excellent time. Look at you dressed up all lovely in your blue. Yes, you're looking all lovely in that blue. And we know that we did have taken some time off to treat you really well. And we pray God's richest blessings in this upcoming year.
Today, Rollins Christopher Boy Alexander celebrates 60 years of life. Born on January 22nd, 1966, Rollins is a man with Down syndrome whose life is a testament to resilience, love, and community support. He is one of 8 siblings and a cherished uncle to many. Rollins is a proud student at the Technical Vocational School located at Bonacord, Tobago, where he is warmly embraced by his classmates and teachers. He is also a devoted member of both the Montgomery Moravian Church and the Mount Paran Spiritual Baptist Church, attending services faithfully. Well known and loved by all who encounter him, Rollins has a vibrant personality and a deep love for music. He especially enjoys dancing and playing the drums, activities that reflect his joyful spirit and bring happiness to those around him. Today we celebrate Rollins not only for reaching this remarkable milestone, but for the inspiration he provides and the reminder that every life deserves dignity, inclusion, and celebration. Happy birthday to you, Rollins Christopher Boy Alexander from the Tobago Updates family.
And viewers, remember, whatever you're celebrating, we want to celebrate with you here at Tobago Updates. Whether it's your birthday, anniversary, or graduation, you move into a new apartment, you own a new home, you start a business, you sold a business, whatever you are celebrating, send it to us here at Tobago Updates, and we will celebrate with you. The whole of Tobago, Trinidad, the Caribbean, and the wider world will celebrate with you. All right, Vanessa. So who do we have in the program this morning?
Well, I'm very excited for this morning's rundown, mainly because the first topic we're speaking about is money moves for 2026 in light of all the different changes that we are having in the economy. It's very important. Exactly. So we have Crystal Celestine. She's a financial coach. She's coming to talk about money moves for 2026. That will be a lovely lengthy segment. And then after that we have Joshua Powder. He's the general manager of Ox Promotions, and he's here to talk about Arise, an Easter event that is coming up.
All right, viewers, like I promised, a lighter conversation this morning, but still interesting. And we want to thank you, whether you are on our Facebook Live or YouTube channel, 102 on AMPLIA, 121 or 130 on Flow, or 33 on Digicel. We want to thank you whether you're in Tobago, Trinidad, the Caribbean, or the wider world for making Tobago Updates television station Tobago's #1 station. And we ask you to do us a favor. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back after these messages.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Tobago, the sun is rising, and so are the conversations that matter, from the economy to education, from healthcare to community voices. No spin, no fluff, just facts, truth, and clarity. Join me, Lavian, as we cover the issues that shape our lives, the stories we can't ignore. We bring them to the table and ask the questions you want answered.
Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes for breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti served with tokas, bulge oil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules, or if you are having a cooking day off.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Security and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. We were just earlier talking about the situation concerning NGC and the hiking gas prices and the ripple effect it could have on the economy of Trinidad and Tobago. And Vanessa, persons may think that this will only affect manufacturers in Trinidad and Tobago, but it's very possible that this could really impact the daily living of persons in the country, because you'll have, once the hike goes to the manufacturers, they're going to pass that cost on to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And also, as the Manufacturers Association is saying, it could impact their competitiveness in the regional and international markets, which in fact could exacerbate our forex issue in this country.
Yeah, and I was just going to talk about the forex issue that we already have in the country, and then having this issue being piled on top of that poses a significant problem for our businesses, and then how that relates to the consumers, because then now we have to look about the speed of the adjustment, which is more important than the increase itself, because how are the businesses going to adjust to this new change within a short space of time to ensure that they are going to be able to have turnover in a efficient manner that, okay, maybe while we have to go through the short-term pain of the increase in prices and how that would affect consumers, but what is the return in the long run then?
Yes, and I think that's a concern for most persons. No, I don't have any doubt that the government have a plan in mind for the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. But a lot of persons is twofold. They're not seeing this plan is working, and two, or the price might be for the population to pay, and two, the government seems to have a change in heart in their position from when they were in, because they were very much against these kinds of hikes and increased ticketing and increased taxes and these kinds of things. They seem to have come into office and done exactly than what the previous administration would have been doing.
Because I think it's about mishandling the entire situation. I think that's the public's main concern. I think that's the manufacturer's main concern, because this could accelerate inflation, because you have to talk about increasing import dependence, and no country wants to have to deal with that. No manufacturer wants to have to deal with that. No consumer wants to have to deal with that. And those are some of the issues that we have to look at.
And then we have the added issue. We have the added issue of the government going on to international markets to borrow $1 billion. And that in itself, to pay that back, is also a flight of US from the coffers of the central bank. So it seems to be compounding matters. Sometimes we might have to pay a short-term price for a long-term gain. But I think the problem countries having, a lot of persons in the countries having, is that they're not seeing the path to the long-term gain. And I think that could be an issue of communication with the government. Perhaps they could rethink their communication strategies so that persons could feel a sense of comfort that, okay, let's give up this thing in the short term so that we can get this thing in the long term. And I don't know if it is, like I said, is a communication strategy, or if there really is no long-term gain in the strategy that they're currently employing.
Because I think also with the public, we just like transparency and accountability, being able to come to us and say, this is what we plan to do for X amount of time, and this is the returns that it's going to get. And you strategically break it down in a way, we're facing this, we're doing this between 1 to 2 months, 3 to 4 months, and actually seeing a clearer picture usually helps to ease some of the concerns that they may have.
And as we're talking about that and the financial constraints and the pressures that will come upon the public, we have online with us viewers Ms. Crystal Celestine, and she's going to teach us how to manage our money for 2026, so we don't really feel that crunch of the new circumstances that the citizenry in Trinidad and Tobago find themselves on. Good morning and welcome, Ms. Celestine. Okay, we seem to be having some technical issues with Ms. Celestine, so we viewers will go for a short break and we'll come back. We continue our conversations, so do us a favor. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
The sun is rising, and so are the conversations that matter, from the economy to education, from healthcare to community voices. No spin, no fluff, just facts, truth, and clarity. Join me, Lavian, as we cover the issues that shape our lives, the stories we can't ignore. We bring them to the table and ask the questions you want answered.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules if you are having a cooking day off.
MI Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its plan, its progress. And today, we're going even further. We're deepening our commitment to the region, continuing to invest in the networks, services, and digital solutions that move Caribbean businesses forward. Whether you are a mid-sized business or multinational player, we bring you resilient connectivity, personalized service, and tailored IT solutions, all powered by local teams that truly have your back. We're here to help you navigate challenges, grow, and achieve your goals with practical solutions, reliable networks, and a partnership rooted in trust and your long-term success. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place.
Lift your hands, say, Father, yesterday, today, forever. You never change, you never change, you never rearrange. Omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Without you in my life, what I gonna do? Anybody have a testimony tonight? Here come Jesus to the rescue. Father, you. Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show, and you saw some shots there from Arise. I believe it was 2025 if I'm not mistaken, and we're looking forward to Arise 2026. And we have in studio here Mr. Joshua Hakapowder. Yes, Mr. Joshua Hakapowder, who is the founder of Ox, and he is here to talk about Arise 2026. Good morning and welcome, sir.
Good morning. It's a privilege. It's a pleasure to be here. Morning to Tobago as well.
All right, so for those who may not know, what is Arise?
Oh, interesting question. So Arise is really a group of us coming together. Well, firstly, Ox is an audio company, so we provide audio reinforcement services, not just in Tobago, but also in Trinidad. And our directors are primarily Christian directors, so we chose to come together and do an event during Easter. It's really a give-back event. It's where a lot of the Christian business persons come together to really make it happen. And we give out hampers, we give out food vouchers, we actually go through different communities and try to be of service to them, as well as marrying it with ministry, which is you come to an event, you enjoy the music, you sing gospel songs and stuff like that. So Arise is, yes, an event, but it's also a movement that edifies and supports communities as well.
Now, over $10,000 in grocery vouchers were given out. What does it mean to have what does it mean to meet practical needs with ministry, especially how we're dealing with persons in our community and we're trying to reach them from a place of servanthood?
That's a lovely question. So essentially, I'm sure you all have been to events, like so many different events, right? So having an event is not particularly easy, but having an event is exciting. There's a lot of hype surrounding it, and there's a lot of enjoyment involved. But we took a little bit of a twist by trying to edify people at their points of need. So it's really hard for you to come to an event and jump up and enjoy the music, and then you don't have food in your fridge the next day, right? So we have been trying since 2025 to, at least as much as possible, as much as our partners allow us to, give back to the community by groceries, vouchers, food items, and also monetary contributions as well. And for us, that allows us to translate the love of Christ. It allows us to package the message of Christ a little bit better than just having an event, if that makes sense.
How important is it for you all to utilize this strategy? What does it mean for you all to utilize this strategy of meeting people at their needs, make the gospel more acceptable to persons who might find themselves in a very difficult situation?
I think it's more of a representation thing. I mean, if you say you love people, if you say you want to edify people, then there must be some sort of tangible proof. You know, we speak about a God, we speak about a kingdom that we want persons to join, to live better lives and to experience a type of euphoric change, a type of transformation in their life. But not everyone is, one, at that point, and two, the message has to be marinated with tangible proof, right? And so if we're able to see a need that would satisfy, if you're coming to me and I'm trying to convince you that, listen, you need to consider this God, you need to consider transforming your life, the least that I can do is at some point, as much as you can, try to at least satisfy a tangible need that you have.
Now, what does Arise seek to awaken in the people of Tobago through its ministry and its year-on-year production?
So from an event standpoint, there's so much happening across the nation, and specifically there's so much happening across Tobago. Things that could cause discouragement, things that could have people not feeling the best version of themselves. And so apart from it all, Arise, at least on the night, is where a group of us with similar belief systems are able to come together and truly, I want to say, have a euphoric type of celebration, to be able to say, thank God for being alive, to be able to say, thank God for bringing me through a next year. It's really a sense of celebration, and I would even go as far as to say, because it's on Easter, it's really celebrating the resurrection of Christ within itself. Yeah.
Okay, so I see where the,
yes, all right.
Yes. Comes in now. Now, how important is it for the community to make partnerships with other NGOs, other biz, government agencies, and that kind of thing?
Yeah, see how important it is.
Yes.
Really and truly, that is it. That's it in its entirety. Arise is entirely partnership thing. It's really a servanthood thing. It's really just coming together, and not just businesses but persons with resources. Sometimes we don't even have to make a specific request. People can identify with what that we're doing on the ground, and because it's something that you can tangibly see, something that you can progressively see, being a part of it is attractive. We're not just going out there to set up speakers and make loud music in Scarborough. We're going out there with the intention to actually add value to person's life, to see issues and try as best as humanly possible to solve them. So partnerships are very, very important. And every year we have to continuously go back to our partners, explain how our vision is bigger than last year, give proof of what we did last year, and then get them on board to have an even more impactful, well, in this case, 2026.
Now, you spoke a lot about being impactful. Now, what moments over the past years have you seen that Arise has impacted lives across Tobago?
That's a really good question. You know, we take it for granted that you give something and you take it for granted how appreciative that person may be. So I remember that we had a particular prize that was given away on the night. We told them to actually meet us right here by Tobago Update Studio at a particular time. The person was here like half an hour early to, to ensure that they were able to get this. In this case, it was a food voucher. I think that was one of the turning points for us, where we sort of understood, you know, you say something and you do it, but then when you actually see it in action and you see the impact on someone's life, you're able to then say, wow, we were a part of ensuring that this person feels a particular, you know, we were a part of this person's life, even though we may consider it small, being transformed or seeing tangible proof that we are people of God, you know, if I can put it that way. So seeing that impact is encouraging us to even try to impact lives more and more.
So I'm seeing that you're talking about partnerships, and there's a particular partnership that is piquing my interest here with the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourism Agency. Talk to us more about that and what it entails.
Yeah. So in order to speak about that, I'll have to say that, one, Tobago is the best island on the planet, right? And so we're having Arise in Tobago, and we saw it fit to ensure that Tobago is really the center. So our theme last year was Tobago is Easter. And that ensures, and we started to mark it even from the year before, and we wanted to allow people to know regionally that if you're not in Tobago for Easter, we don't know what you're doing with your life. And so a group of persons from St. Vincent, about 13 persons, saw it and reached out and wanted to partner to come here to meet us, to come here to share their talents, their creativity, and they were able to be supported by the St. Vincent Tourist Authority because they saw value from a tourism aspect in having their people come. So they actually came with bags and tokens and stuff like that to actually give out to represent St. Vincent. So we were able to now grip onto that concept, and this year even position Arise as a tourism product within itself. So from the get-go, we are saying Arise is Tobago, Tobago is Easter, and Arise is about people and edifying their lives.
Now, how does this partnership reflect the wider vision of Arise in terms of positioning yourself as a tourism product in the faith-based realm, where it is, you know, people from the different Caribbean islands can come to Tobago during Easter for this particular spirit-filled event?
I think it's more of allowing us to have even better partnerships, because now you move from beyond an event with just music and artists, and yes, you have the component of servanthood, community impact, but then you take it a step further by saying that we don't just represent our own personal ideals and intentions, but we represent Tobago as an island that persons can now come to and be a part of this event, Arise. And of course, the hope is that the spillover affects businesses in the space. It affects vendors in the space because these people have to come. They have to purchase food from somewhere. These people have to come. They have to stay somewhere. And then they have to patronize the beaches, Store B, and go on the tours and stuff like that. So we are hoping that Arise is not just a faith-based event, not just community building, but is able to affect Tobago at the heart of it in terms of tourism.
So you're looking to build the event as an economic driver.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
We talking about the event and all the benefits of the event and the vision of the event and all of that. But we want to have people at the event.
Yes.
And in order to have people at the event, we want to be able to, people must know who will be at the event performing. So let's talk about, in terms of performers, what could people expect, who they could expect to see performing at the event come this Easter.
Yeah, so that's beautiful, and that speaks to OCAS and speaks to programming specifically. I think the wonderful thing about us being able to make the announcement that Arise is happening is being able to actually keep our fingers on the pulse and see what persons want in terms of ministers to be a part of the event. So it's not saying that we don't have names. In fact, I would go as far as to saying the two last events that we did sort of manifested staples. So persons already expect very specific names to be a part of the event in the name of Blessed Messenger and Chantal and even Mark Isaacs and different persons. However, this year, we are aiming to have the same, I want to say, programming in place, maybe with some tweaks, you know, maybe with new names or maybe with someone that wasn't heard before. But what I would say is Arise is very passionate about Tobago creatives. And if you look at our programming from the past, you would see tangible proof of that. It's filled with Tobagonians, and it's filled with Tobagonians as headliners. And that's something that we're very, very proud about. So to go back to your question, stay tuned.
Now I'm listening to the whole concept of Arise and your successful productions over the past few years, and I just want to commend you on that and your team and the continued partnerships that you are doing, also ensuring to drive it as an economic booster here for Tobago, encouraging regional partnerships, and I'm sure as the years go by there is more that you would add to it to ensure it's bigger and grander and it continues to impact the lives of people here in Tobago and by extension maybe even in the region as well.
Yes, we are very hopeful and we are very excited about it. More so, just seeing people come together, especially as Tobagonians, and do something that is so big. You know, we do this event entirely on partnership, and we're able to keep costs for the event so low. It's such, we're filled with such pride to be able to say that Tobago, that Tobagonians, and more so Christian companies could come together and make such an event happen and impact so many people. It's just a privilege. Yeah.
Now we just want to go into dates of the event, location, and any cost attached if there is any.
Yeah. So we don't have a cost attached to Arise. It's a free event. It's at the Scarborough Amphitheatre and it's over Easter weekend. We have specific dates launching very soon, and we're marketing it the same way that we would have done last year by letting people know. And the marketing is very specific because when we say Easter weekend, we're able to begin putting into the minds of people that your Easter weekend is booked.
Yes.
Right? So eventually we're going to establish those exact dates, but as it is right now, your Easter weekend is Tobago. And when you're in Tobago for your Easter weekend, you are coming to Arise at Scarborough Amphitheatre. But the dates will be released soon. Yeah.
No, I just want to delve into a little bit in terms of your life as a Christian man and a Christian businessman. Just tell us in your mindset, in your terms, how important is it for there to be a Christian business community within the Tobago space?
Yeah, I think it's really powerful. Even to take it beyond Christian, Tobago is so close-knit already. You know, what we have here, I want to say is, I want to use the word majestic, I want to use the word amazing, I want to say that what we have is brilliant. And coming together in general to support each other, where we have similar belief systems, is a win, right? In the Christian community, yes, it's a win as well. And specifically in the Christian community, it allows us to collectively build together and increase the impact that we have together as well. So it's very important. It's very impactful for me personally. It is amazing to be a part of one belief system that allows me to see people's life transform for the better. Being a part of the Christian collective or community or business persons that support Arise and even other events as well. It's even more satisfying to see what we can put our money towards and see that tangible impact as well.
I want to just segue a bit and go into a bit of what AUX is about. You said it's an audio company, but in terms of give people a bit more meat in terms of the profile of AUX, how long you've been in existence, what kind of productions you've done, what kind of work you do in Tobago and in Trinidad as well.
Yeah, AUX has existed, or we came into existence in 2022. The vision really started with the designing of a speaker box. So I am the general manager of AUX, one of the founders, and I would have always been passionate about audio. In fact, my father would have been one of the first persons to establish a recording studio in Tobago at Triangle Building, right? And I guess that's where the passion sort of stems from. I would have wanted a specific speaker designed a specific way, and I would have actually reached out to a manufacturer in China, and they would have shipped to Tobago all the separate parts for that speaker box. So I actually want to make a plug and say AUX is the first Tobago assembled speaker box, sort of branded there. Yeah, just to put that out there. But essentially, we are an audio reinforcement company. This is a fancy way of saying that we do events, and we partner with persons that want their song to be amplified, whether it be productions, actual concerts, even corporate events. If you have a speaking engagement or anything like that, we're involved. And we've been privileged enough to be a part of events in both Tobago and Trinidad as well. So the exposure and working with different elements of talents and creatives has been really amazing. I dare say that has been a part of what has allowed us to actually have the programming we have in Arise, is being involved in so many different events and bringing that knowledge back to Tobago, specifically to Arise, has been very fulfilling.
Now, can you share with the viewers your social media handles so that they can keep updated with any changes you have as it relates to the event as well as to AUX?
Yes, so on Instagram we are auxt.t. Once you type in AUX on Instagram, you'll find us. My personal profile, Joshua Powder. You could find me on Facebook as well. But essentially, we will find ourselves on your phone wherever you are once you have Facebook and Instagram installed, because we are very keen on marketing. So even if you don't tap into us, most likely we'll tap into you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we want to thank you very much, Mr. Joshua Powder. He probably goes by the name Hacker as well. Yes, thank you for coming in and speaking to us about Arise, the event, and also giving us some information concerning AUX and the real mission and vision of Arise.
Thank you all for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, viewers, we have to go for a short break, and when we come back, we wrap up the morning show. So do us a favor. Share the live, share the live, share the live.
can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So, even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show, viewers, and we have for you our traffic report here. This is at Rockleyville traffic light, and you can see traffic moving from west into the east, and now it's starting to move east to west. Traffic is starting to build up as you get closer to that 8:30 period. Persons making their way to work, and we headed down to the Wilson Road traffic light. As we start to make movements towards Wilson Road traffic light, you can see that even though the traffic is starting to pile up, it's still moving. So you still have a chance to make it to work for at least 8:30. You can make it to work for at least 8:30 if you get out of your house now and you live close by. If you live maybe in the Rockleyville Government House Road area, maybe even Mount St. George, you can still get to work for 8:30. The traffic is still flowing. Don't take too long or else things will start to get a bit more dicey. You can see that it's flowing right up to the Wilson Road traffic light there. It's still flowing pretty much. The highway is not gridlocked just yet, so you still have a chance. You still have a chance to make it out in time. Maybe you can make it for the 8:15 if you're already on the road. And there we see some traffic coming down from Plymouth Road as well into the Scarborough area. It's still pretty light, it's still pretty manageable at this period, but as you can see, coming from the west heading to the east, the traffic is really starting to pile up on that westerly side of the highway on the traffic light junction there. You can see it's starting to pile up, or backing up all the way back to Pentecostal Light and Life, and in a few minutes time it's going to go right back up to Bishop's High School. So make your way out onto the highway, onto the roads, get into your office as soon as possible, viewers, and be safe on the island's roads. Alright, viewers, unfortunately that's all we have for the Tobago Updates morning show, but the programming continues on Tobago Updates. Up next we have Good Morning Tobago with Chanel Felix. So we say, help us out. Share the live, share the live, share the live. GMT is up next.
LambFest 2025, now in its third year, being the second event on the calendar for the World Food Day celebrations, did not disappoint, as it showcased the culinary skills of our local chefs here on the island. This unique event also saw scores of people eager to taste and enjoy the festivities.
Today we gather not just to celebrate our third annual LambFest, but to honor the hard work, passion, and resilience of Tobago's farmers, chefs, and entrepreneurs who continue to drive our island agricultural success. LambFest is more than just an event. It's a showcase of innovation, community, and the rich culinary heritage that makes Tobago unique. Each dish, each display, and today tells a story of dedication and
in my conference room at the Division of Food Security. Integrated Livestock Association, they were now forming, and they understood that the small rumen industry needed to be developed on the island, and I gave them that responsibility of assisting us at the division to develop the small ruminant industry, because it was non-existent. We hardly had the farms. And 3 years later, we're now having 3 lamb fests in Tobago.
This is the first lamb fest where all the meats have been sold out, have been purchased by the caterers. We have 18 caterers on site, and every bit of the meat will purchase. We have no fresh meat. This is the first year, no fresh meat on sale for patrons. So I would say that everything working in accordance and the market is really developing. I see the Lamb Fest being franchised and possibly being spread out throughout the Caribbean. Who knows, probably international as well.
My name is Gillian. I'm from the UK and I'm staying here for a little while. I was told by my friend that about this Lamb Fest and it's fantastic. My first bite, one of many. It's absolutely so delicious.
I think it's a great initiative because it's a interesting spin on approach to food security in a way that I think Tobagonians could relate to. It's a food festival, so with a belly in the hand and a fair amount of curiosity as to what the caterers will present this year. And so far,
the point good. The food is excellent, and I suppose when you come here, you will get lamb in different styles that you don't normally do at home. So that's why I come.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
So Amari reached out to me, said, Mommy, I feel I'm ready to arrange. I said, arrange what?
They're less than 1 year old, but Uptown Fascinators Junior Steel Orchestra isn't bothered by that. They have taken a step into the National Junior Panorama for the first time.
Talk to my who are you going? The recap. Well, I always wanted to be an arranger and I just never had the opportunity. And when Mommy came up with the idea that we could make a junior side from Uptown, I was like, yeah, we could do that. But I wasn't sure if we'd have enough players, and from when we started till now, it's been a big jump in players. So I've been excited and I like the challenge.
So girls, you're getting ready for the National Junior Panorama. Tell me, what's the vibes? What are you feeling?
I'm feeling excited because it's my first Junior Panorama, and I hope that I will get a nice experience outside. So far, it's going good.
I am also excited because this is my first panorama in general, so I'm really now getting to experience it. So far I love the experience, I love my double second pan, and the music's sweet, so Pan is a beautiful sounding instrument. I would love to play it at any time, even at home. Anywhere, anytime. I would love to play the preliminary rounds. I'm very confident. I am happy that it's coming up. I love how it's competitive. I love to be competitive. Junior Panorama, it's very exciting.
He had 2 songs that he had scored early up in the year. One for school and one because he just felt like scoring it. Because he started scoring like 2 years now. He would play it for us at home. He would say, nah, change that, add something else. Put in this, take out that, put in this. So he was tweaking and tweaking and tweaking until we come out. We call the parents that we know interested in PAM, because a lot of parents used to reach out to us about getting their children involved in the steel PAM because they know our children are involved. When it comes to the manager, I'm not mommy. I'm just the manager. Mommy home, manager here, and they understand that. So when it's time for practice, we get serious, I let them know up front, this is what we expect and this is the outcome that we want to get, and automatically they get it.
I grew up in Pan. Everybody in my family could play Pan, so I had no choice in our way, but I didn't really fight it because I love playing pan, I love music on a whole, and I just enjoy the vibes from the bands I've been with, played with, and yeah, I believe pan is a big part in my life and music too. I hope that we could go and wow the judges with our wonderful and amazing performance, and hopefully the judges can be like, wow, this is a nice, amazing song, and hopefully we make it to Trinidad and we could be able to win the competition.
Just felt ways like it is your profession. I go wait till you want my confession.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. I am your host, Chanel Felix. And guys, you know, whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that you want asked. But before we get into this morning's interesting topics and conversations, let's have our news in 90 seconds. A Signan Hill resident has officially been charged with the murder following the death of 25-year-old Jamiel Fraser on Friday, January 9th, 2026. Shawnell Thomas appeared before the Scarborough Magistrate Court on Monday to face charges. Following the proceedings, the accused was remanded into custody. The matter has been adjourned until September 15, 2026 for a sufficiency hearing. Scarborough police are continuing with investigations. Additionally, later today at 1:30 p.m., the newly elected assembly members will meet at Assembly Legislature for the first session for the 19th sitting of the Tobago House of Assembly. During the Tobago Updates Good Morning Tobago show yesterday, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine confirmed that the first order of business will be to amend several standing orders which allow for members of the public to be a part of the process under the Assembly Legislature. He said one such amendment will allow for public questions to members of the executive. That meets the requirement threshold in the House. This move stands as the Chief Secretary's promise of accountability following his party's resounding victory on January 12th. And finally, NGC has notified manufacturers of the 60 to 70% increase in natural gas prices by the end of January as it renegotiates expired contracts, applying the hike across the sector, including its own subsidiaries. While Energy Minister Rudal Munilal says the move is necessary to reform NGC and ensure fair returns on national resources, manufacturers warn, however, it poses an existential crisis with risk of losing jobs, higher prices, reduced competitiveness, and undermining the government's export growth targets. And that was on news in 90 seconds. This morning we are going to have our conversations, and we're chatting this morning with the Tobago tutor officer who would be joining us virtually this morning. We are going to be chatting with Mr. Dion Rodriguez, who very recently secured the position as tutor Tobago officer. Good morning and welcome. I'm hearing from my producers that we're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back after this, and we'll be chatting with our Tobago tutor representative. See you soon.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. We're deepening our commitment to the region, continuing to invest in the networks, services, and digital solutions that move Caribbean businesses forward. Whether you are a mid-sized business or multinational player, we bring you resilient connectivity, personalized service, and tailored IT solutions, all powered by local teams that truly have your back. We're here to help you navigate challenges, grow, and achieve your goals with practical solutions, reliable networks, and a partnership rooted in trust and your long-term success. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Springs. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Now what you're seeing here is the Claude Noel Highway right there before the Signal Hill traffic light. And we are seeing a quite smooth flow of traffic this morning. So if you are heading into Scarborough, we have a steady progression of traffic. It's okay. It's not too bad. You're not expected to sit in traffic for about 5 hours. So you most likely will get to your destination on time. And you can see that we're heading down towards the Orkins Cure roundabout down there close to Republic Bank on the highway there. And again, if you are heading westbound, quite a smooth flow of traffic going there. But if you're heading into Scarborough, you know this time of the morning, it's the usual a steady movement. A bit on the slower side, but still steady, no congestion to speak about. Again, if you're heading west, you're gonna be on your way in no time. If you're heading into Scarborough, however, you know, there's always that a bit slow movement when you're getting up there towards the Signal Hill traffic light, but nothing to be worried about. You're definitely going to get to your destination on time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We continue our discussions, but before we start chatting with the newly elected tutor representative for Tobago, we're chatting with Miss Shirley Cowan, who is representing the dance ensemble this morning. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Chanel. Good morning to your viewing public and your listeners. Good morning.
Excellent.
It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you all so much for having us here.
Yes, well, you guys are no stranger to us here on Tobago Updates, and your events are no stranger to Tobago, the public. Tell persons who are not aware of some of the things that the dance ensemble does in Tobago, and how they, if they are interested, how they can get involved or become more aware of your activities.
Okay, so Dance Ensemble is really one of the longest standing ballroom and Latin dance institution in Tobago. So, people ought to know, we have a popular event, the dance sport, every year in July, in Shore Park, and we go way back. We started about in the 1980s. So that literally is about 3 decades now. And, since inception, Dance Ensemble Tobago, we have taught ballroom and Latin dancing throughout the whole Tobago community. We go into schools, we teach them discipline, the appreciation for the arts. Because people think that dancing is you just jump in a place and you throw your body here. No. Dancing, some ballroom dancing, Latin dancing, there are rules and regulations.
Right.
Just like you're going to play an instrument.
Right.
If you play, of course, it will sound bad.
So it's an art with a discipline.
It's a sport.
Right.
Yes, so we have been very instrumental in schools, in the communities, and we have been very much involved.
Excellent. I'm glad you spoke about the school component of it. Persons are often wondering how can they get their kids into dancing outside of the regular graduation is approaching, let's learn to dance. How can persons get their kids involved?
Well, we normally go to the schools, right? We go to the schools, and the schools will organize that and organize for our tutors to get into the schools. So the parents can go through their schools, and and we will advise them, and we will advise the school, when it's appropriate for the children, have to get this permission, if it's after school hours and all of that. So all of those logistics will work out, but we do have them because we had one of the tutors who, well, she's retired now. She taught in one of the primary schools, and she had her children, and she even trained them to compete. We have a current member as well in one of those primary schools as well, and she's very instrumental in teaching the children. So we want the children to be involved.
Right.
Yes.
And are students still excited about dance? Are they still excited to get involved, or is it something whereby you have to kind of coax them or encourage them to get into it?
I think the stigma, especially with the male, I think the stigma with ballroom dancing, because of the kind of posture you have to develop. Because, the male always feel rugged, and, they have to do their own thing. But the thing is, is a touch and go sometimes, they get excited. And I think sometimes when they do get involved, they want to be part of everything.
Right.
So sometimes to get them might be a little hesitant, but they do get in.
Right.
They do get
and
in.
what about the adults that are still interested in learning to dance, whether it's because they have a wedding coming up, or they just really feel like they need to find that rhythm no matter how old they've become?
Yes, well, the adults are they are very excited. And what I noticed, the trend is that a lot of people who have retired, they use dancing as part of their, yes, I'm ready to do this. I'm home now, I could do that. But we have a lot of adults. But one of the main sort of hindrance we have is the amount of men.
Right.
And that is why those things are coming in, what you're going to speak about here.
Excellent. So
Yes.
I'm glad that you touched on that. Tell us a bit about the Valentine's special for men.
Okay, so this is not something that is new. This is not the first time. But this is the first time we have a special for men only. Because, we have that perennial problem. Men, the scarcity of men, scarcity of resource of men, whether it's in dance, whether it's in church, whether it's in communities, whatever, we always have to be like prodding and pulling these men. So the first time we brought it in was really for couples. That is special for couples. But now we are doing a special Valentine's for men. It's 6 weeks of free dance classes from January the 17th, which was Saturday. That's when our class reopened. So it's from January the 17th to the end of February, which is February the 28th.
Wow.
It's Saturdays at 4:30 p.m. at Signal Hill Secondary School. All you have to do is to pay a one-time registration fee of $50. That's all.
Okay, excellent. I really like that. I think I have a couple men that I should
and the men here. What about the men here?
Recommend this to, because a lot of them need some rhythm.
Yes, right?
So I think it's a great foundation for them to
to
learn how to dance, and it being free. Tell us a bit about that. Why are the classes free? That's very interesting.
You see, okay, these are things we do along the way. Okay, we have a teachers also. We have a teachers month we give free. We wanted to implement health workers free for a month as well. So those are things we do to sort of cause people to gravitate towards it, So we are always in that kind of mood that we want to get people to come, get men to come, get groups to come. So, we focus on that a lot.
Yes, and so this is a clarion call to all the technical staff here to
yes,
all the men behind the scenes, all the producers, Mr. Wood.
My number is on the flyer, right?
I would be happy to see my colleagues come out and
I'll be very happy,
And so if you know any man that can or would be interested in being a part of it, definitely let them know. Is it for amateurs, newbies, persons with experience? Who should come out?
However you feel, you have two left foot, as some people say, you come. We want you to come. You don't have to be no expert. We tell people, come just so. We will deal with you. Okay. And we have the best tutors they could think about. The best tutors, because we have trained, our tutors are trained under international examiners, the IDTA, the International Dance Teachers Association. So this is not no kind of anyhow, we just feel to get up and dance one day or teach one day. They are trained.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why are Valentine's special?
We just choose occasions. As I said, the initial Valentine was for couples. Well, you know, Valentine's couples. But we just decided to turn the arrow now to men. Right. Because as I say, we need the men. Yeah, it's a rare but a very scarce resource.
Understood. I can relate. So tell us a bit about the venue. The venue where persons meeting up. Remind us about the times and the dates.
Okay, the venue as our home base is Signal Hill Secondary School.
The auditorium.
The auditorium, and we begin at 4:30 every Saturday. Now, I have to also include that there are times that Signal Hill may have some events, right, and they give them preference. So, like Saturday when we opened, we had to start at Scarborough Secondary School. So, the information is always there. We always inform people our next class will be, but our home base is Signal Hill Secondary School from 4:30 p.m. every Saturday.
Right, and touch a bit on the dances. So you do Latin dance as well as ballroom dancing.
That's right.
Tell us, a bit about the history of that and why that's important for persons to have in their dance repertoire.
I think, yeah, because you see, it addresses different types of, the way you shape your body, how you form your body. You lean back for the ballroom and you stand forward for the Latin. How your feet posture. And I see a lot of people don't realize that dancing is about discipline, posture. You understand? You have to know how to put your hands the right way, your feet, whether it's be toe heel or heel toe, whether it's straight knees or relaxed knees. So these are the things that, people, as I said, people, think dancing is just jumping and dance. No. It's a very structured, a very kind of, it's an art, I said.
Right.
Yes.
And what are some of the skills that you think persons gain from dancing that are transferable to other areas of their lives?
I think the discipline. You see, the discipline in dancing and the posture and the confidence. Because I think confidence comes out when when you could dance and when you could really, demonstrate that kind of skill that you have. And we perform in so many different places, police concerts, and people really enjoy.
All right. Well, tell persons again, how can they get into contact with you to be a part of this Valentine's special for men?
Yeah. Okay, so you just put up the flyer again, please?
Yes, I'd like to have the flyer on the screen.
So, you can contact us. I'm the PRO. So it's 688-7700 or 689-9712. Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, we want to thank you so much for being here this morning and fall in love with dance, the Valentine's Day special for men, where you get 6 weeks?
Yeah.
6 weeks of classes for
one-time registration.
One-time registration fee of only $50. Yes. That's definitely a seal of a deal.
Yes.
And this is happening every Saturday.
From the 17th to the 28th of
From
February.
the 17th to the 28th. And that is at the Signal Hill Secondary School Auditorium.
That's correct.
Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break right here and we'll be back with much more conversations after this. See you soon.
Thank you so much.
60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We have beauty, we have power. We do more, live more. Do more, live more. Oh, do more, live more. This is how it's gonna go. Do more, live more. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. To them once again, they better look out below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look out below, 'cause this is your show. Do more, live more.
Tobago. The sun is rising, and so are the conversations that matter, from the economy to education, from healthcare to community voices. No spin, no fluff. Just facts, truth, and clarity. Join me, Lavian, as we cover the issues that shape our lives, the stories we can't ignore. We bring them to the table and ask the questions you want answered.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. It's who we are and the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. We're deepening our commitment to the region, continuing to invest in the networks, services, and digital solutions that move Caribbean businesses forward. Whether you are a mid-sized business or multinational player, we bring you resilient connectivity, personalized service, and tailored IT solutions, all powered by local teams that truly have your back. We're here to help you navigate challenges, grow, and achieve your goals with practical solutions, reliable networks, and a partnership rooted in trust and your long-term success. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. If you're watching us live, we are giving you an overhead traffic shot from Shore Park, right in front of that Shore Park Cultural Complex. And as you see, there's a smooth flow of traffic. So if you're trying to get away from what we're seeing over there by the walkover at the Bishop's High School, you definitely want to take the traffic light at that Spring Garden traffic light right by the gas station and make your way down to Scarborough that way. As you see, there's a clear or a smooth flow from there, and then you would be able to avoid that pile up that we usually see at this time at the Bishop's Walkover. I mean, it's pretty smooth moving along. I believe a number of persons are already at work and persons are already at school, so it's not as bad as that 8 o'clock pile up. But if you are heading into Scarborough, I always recommend that you take that street there. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning our phone lines are going to be open, and we're going to be having a number of discussions with you. As you have heard in On News in 90 Seconds, that there has been a hike in the prices in national gas products. We want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this? We know that during the budget debate late last year, or the budget speech being read, the finance minister spoke about the fact that at the pumps, super gas would have been reduced, fuel would have been reduced by $1. But we're seeing in other areas there have been increases from between 60 to 70%. What are your thoughts on this? In addition to that, we are hearing from the Chief Secretary, Farley Augustine, that because there is no minority that currently is in the Tobago House of Assembly, that his administration is going to open up the floor for the public to have their say or have their questions that would be posed to assembly members in the House. What are your thoughts about this? Do you think that this is a good initiative, or do you not have faith that the real questions may not make it to the assembly legislature? Do you think that there may be some level of stifling happening where these questions may be screened and only particular questions are actually chosen? But we've heard from the Chief Secretary that as long as these questions meet a particular standard or the requirement to be asked in the House, I'm guessing that these requirements would be made public, that these questions would be asked. But there is always that question about transparency. How do we know if the true questions that are being asked are actually making it onto the Assembly legislature floor to be answered? Or would they only answer the questions that they feel inclined to answer? Or do you think that this is definitely a push in the right direction? I want to hear from you on these two key topics this morning. So we're talking about the increase in national gas product prices that was announced by the Minister for Finance, Rudal Munilal, and we're talking about the Assembly legislature opening the floor for the public to submit questions to ask the assemblymen. Now our number is 284-6597. That's 284-6597. Give us a call. But we want to hear from you this morning. It's interesting because when we see some of the dialogue that's happening online from the minority, well, not necessarily the minority, but the opposition party, the People's National Movement, you're hearing them saying, well, even when questions were posed by sitting assembly members, on the minority side, those questions were often not answered. So if the official assembly members' questions weren't being answered, would they actually answer questions from the general public? These and much more conversations when we return after this break. See you soon. Remember, the number to call is 284-6597, and it's right on the screen there, and the lines are open for you to call and have your say. Ladies and gentlemen, we take a quick break right here and we'll be back after this. See you soon.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, We understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago, so it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrell Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrell Springs. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Zaltec Distributors Christmas.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. Rooted in connection, driven by community. It's who we are at the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. Now, if you're outside of Trinidad and Tobago, I know that you're watching these images and just missing home. Yes, today we have a beautiful sunny morning here on the island of Tobago, and I'm sure you're feeling a bit of home tabanka just watching at these images. Now, what you're seeing are images or overhead shots of downtown Scarborough. You see right there at the Scarborough port, and you see that there's a bit of a slow moving traffic down there at the Milford Road, main road down there in downtown Scarborough, right in front of the port. Usually around this time, but steady enough to keep the flow going. So this morning we want to thank you guys so much for being a part of our conversations here. I'm guessing that you guys had no input on some of my topics that I asked you for some insight on, but we look forward to chatting with you again next week, guys. You know I'm usually here from Monday to Thursday, so I will see you again on Monday. I've had an excellent week being with you guys this morning and throughout the week, but one of the key highlights of this week for me was our conversation yesterday with the Chief Secretary. That was quite an insightful conversation after that victory. One of his first conversations here with us on Tobago Updates since that 15-0, and we got a number of insights on what we can look forward to come Monday at the swearing-in ceremony. He touched on the fact that there would be an expansion of a number of those divisions that currently exist under the Tobago House of Assembly, as that amendment bill to the Tobago House of Assembly Act was passed at the Parliament level, and on Tuesday passed in the Senate. And so we look forward to all the future developments as it pertains to this new administration on the island. I tried my best to get out of him, you know, some of the insights on who we can expect to be seated in some of those secretarial and assistant secretary positions, but he was quite tight-lipped about that, I must say. But regardless, we here at Tobago Updates, we're going to be front and center on Monday to bring you that swearing-in ceremony. So if you are outside of Trinidad and Tobago, or you're here and you still want to be a part of the session, just be sure to stay tuned to Tobago Updates. You know, we are always going to bring you live, high quality content of everything that's going on here on the island of Tobago to keep you in the know. Again, I am Chanel Felix, and I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this morning's conversations. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments, and all that you have been doing and continue to do to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island. And again, have a great day.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks a favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong.